got moves that make you stare. Not getting mad, let's talk the night away. Breaking down notches in our own way. Jericho makes rain all day, go tinkle time. Wrestling, podcasting in our prime. Flip the switch, you know we're never tame. Marie and Ray taking over the game. From body slams to high flying bling. Hear that bell, let the chaos ring. Not getting mad, let's talk the night away. Breaking down matches in our own way. Jericho makes rain all day, go tinkle time. Wrestling, podcasting in our prime. Flip the switch, you know we're never tame. Marie and Ray taking over the game. From body slams to high flying bling. Hear that bell, let the chaos ring. Not getting mad, let's talk the night away. Breaking down matches in our own way. Jericho makes rain all day, go tinkle time. Wrestling, podcasting in our prime. Stories mix on our mics. A ring of voices kick out the spikes. Eddie Kingston brawls with a ruthless heart. Adam Cole brings the art of the part. Twists and turns, match by match. Insightful banter, there's no catch. Smash that button, never miss a beat. We rock this podcast, scene to scene. Not getting mad, let's talk the night away. Breaking down matches in our own way. Jericho makes rain all day, go tinkle time. Wrestling, podcasting in our prime.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of the Tailgate Party. I am Majestic Marie, alongside my co-host, Mr. Ray All Day. How you doing, sir?
What's up? Good to see you again. How you doing?
Doing good. And we have our special guest with us. We have Mr. Tom Clark. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me. It's good to see you guys, and I appreciate it very much.
Thanks for coming in, brother.
Of course.
Good to see you.
You too.
Yep. I think Ray and I are longtime followers of the Tom Clark's main event. I think that's kind of how everything started. And then you pulled me into writing back in, when was that? 2019? Something like that?
You're giving me flashbacks of you and me emailing each other and me telling you should try, or you asking me. I don't remember how it started.
You were starting up a website. Mm-hmm. They hired you in to be the editor of the place.
That's right. That was the floor seat with Chris Featherstone. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Feels like 100 years ago now, honestly.
I know, it does. So much has happened since then.
No kidding. A long time ago. Yeah.
Well, if it wasn't for that, Matt Morgan would have never read my article about Roman Reigns and would have never pitched to Raj Giri to get me on with Wrestling Inc. So it took me places. So
the rest is history, as they say, right?
Yep.
So yeah, we'll take it. Well, as I've always told you and Sarah both, you guys are the ones that do the work, and people have lent me a hand up over the years. I'm always happy to do that wherever I can, if I can. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
And Ray, he's the jelly to the peanut butter, the chocolate to the banana. So it's it hasn't been the same since he's just lifted the podcast here on Tailgate Party up since we joined forces. And
it's been an amazing ride. Like we have a simpatico. It's crazy.
Good word.
We're get about it. We'll have a tiebreaker question I'm going to ask you when we get started. No. You know what it's about.
No. All right. Well, our people are starting to trickle in slowly. Christine is here, and of course Timothy is here, and he has listed out his kings and queens like he always does.
Oh my God.
But before we get started, it would not be the tailgate party or peaches and power bombs without the Briscoe brothers. So we're gonna let them hype us up for the show. Let's go.
Ain't no way, chick. Ain't ready. There ain't no way, man. Ain't ready. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready. You can say you're ready as many times as you want. That's all I'm gonna tell you. No boys ain't ready. There's no way, man.
That
Yes,
will never
indeed.
change.
Never.
Puts a tear in my eye every time I see it. I miss Jay so much. Oh my God.
I
Oof.
know.
Man, it's a shame. Yeah.
It is a shame.
Yeah. One of a kind.
Yep. Yep. And Erica is here too. So welcome.
Hello, Erica.
And make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about us, and all that good stuff. We have a pay-per-view this weekend, guys.
Yeah, I've heard something about that.
And we brought Tom on because I don't know about Ray, but I know nothing about New Japan most of the time. So we bring him on to help tell us who these people are and to help give us a little backstory on the matches themselves as well. We're going to start off with something that's purely AEW, though. There's no New Japan affiliate in this match, but it's a tag team match, and it's Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Kill Switch and Kip Sabian. We found out last night on Dynamite that Nick Wayne is not able to be in the match. I'm guessing that's a legitimate injury. He broke his foot. Is that correct?
Yeah, he
It
broke
look-
in the
Yeah.
match when he swung the bat or something. I didn't see how he broke it. Maybe Tom saw it. I didn't see where he like took a thump on that foot.
I've not gone back to watch it, but I can tell you that Phil and I had just finished with the 6M and we're watching it in real time, and he didn't know about it either. So they did a great job of keeping it under wraps because it didn't leak. So yeah, I guess it's legit
Okay. And that's really difficult for it to not leak.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah. no
So
doubt.
and I didn't know that Kill Switch was ready to come back. I wasn't even sure if he was going to get to wrestle anymore. So it was really great to see him healthy and being able to wrestle. His health obviously is more important than pro wrestling. So that's just great to see.
Yeah,
For
I was
sure.
happy to see him. I was happy to see him come back. He looked great,
Yeah.
dude. It's like he didn't skip the beat. Jacked. Usually such a long layoff. You get I'm not saying flat because he's always in jacked up shape, but just to lose a little bit of your muscular tone. Dude looks like goes to the gym every day. Like he looked crazy. And,
Yeah, he looked great. I think it's the best he's ever looked. And honestly, he has that body like he's not like bodybuilder jacked where he can't move, of course, because that's not his style anyway.
Right.
I mean, he looks like he's built for the ring. Like he can get up and down quick. He can dive over the top, and it's not show muscles. In other words, I mean, he looks fantastic.
Sorry, we're getting thunder and it kind of like scared me a little bit. It was like that came out of nowhere.
Weather down south's been crazy for the past month. It's rained all the
it's
time.
been
over
raining the
here.
last 2 days here in New York.
It's
Buckets.
It's been raining since April.
That's
Really.
fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But
It's
did you
been
see how he
insane.
hurt his foot? I looked at the replay too. I didn't see I saw him take the swing with the chair and Copeland hit him with what's his weapon called? With the spike.
Yeah.
And they did like a smash, and then I don't know, somehow his foot. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if he
I don't
was
know.
running into the ring.
I
I have no idea.
mean, I don't. Who knows? A lot of these injuries, as you guys know, just happen. They don't happen as a result of any kind of contact in a match.
Yeah.
They just happen. Remember when? I think it was when Pac was Neville in the other company when he
Mhm.
did the baseball slide and screwed up his ankle. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, off that, and he was out forever. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like these things happen, right? But Do we know if he's still Kill Switch, by the way, or is he going to be Luchasaurus? Because that big honking shoulder pad he had on kind of tells me maybe he'll be Luchasaurus again. I don't know.
Well, it's announced as Kill Switch on the pay-per-view poster, so I just went by that.
There you go.
And they announced, I think, on yesterday, they said this Kill Switch is back. So
Yeah, it's fine.
it's
I don't. Yeah, I'd much
But-
rather it be Luchasaurus, but
so would I. I would.
Well,
much rather be
maybe
Luchasaurus.
after the match he'll go by Luchasaurus as well, and they're only calling him Kill Switch, so they can keep that that tie-in with Christian for the match itself. So people are like, oh yeah, he used to be his bodyguard type person.
yeah, because abandoning the name, it means that he's washed his hands of Christian. So that would make a lot of sense if he does that. Honestly.
hmm So as far as the match itself goes, I'm a little bit on the fence now about who should win, who should lose this match. Tom, we'll start with you.
Let me say right up front here, this Cope and Christian reunion is some of the weirdest stuff. They rushed this thing,
Yes.
and they may not feel as like they rushed it, but trust me, AW friends at AW, you have rushed this.
Yes.
To what end, I don't know. I don't know if it's because they're barreling to the next two pay-per-views and they just feel like they got to get there. Maybe that's what's going on, but I don't know. Having said that, I do like the dynamic of Christian insisting on being heel no matter what. I do like that. If they keep playing that, maybe it'll be okay. But some of the stuff that Cope's done when they did the joke about the hose, I'm like, you guys know it's 2025. Why are we? What's this? I mean, I didn't feel like that shtick landed with the crowd that week, and I don't know. I love both those guys, but we'll see. I think this match is going to be good.
hmm
I don't believe Cope and Christian are losing the match, but I don't know that they're going to flat out win either. It could. This company likes pinfalls, which is one of the reasons I like AW. They don't like the DQ finishes. So I don't know if it'll be a DQ, but it could end in, no contest because they're brawling all over the place. That'd be okay. I'm interested to see how it plays out, though.
Yeah. Well, Ray, what do you think?
We had this conversation yesterday.
We
I
did.
said- we literally had the same conversation. I said the same exact thing. I said it was a little rushed. Like they could have dragged this out a little longer. Like I said, he could have reached out to Christian. Let's try to patch things up. Christian could have walked away, or vice versa, and it could have lasted a little longer and kind of built up to this. But they did kind of like, "Hey, I screwed you over. All right, forget about it. Let's just squash it. Let's be friends." I'm like, "What?" It just felt forced.
Yeah.
I do like Christian being this pseudo heel where he's not a full face now. I'm gonna go with Cope and Christian on this one. I think it's gonna be like a botch by Mama Wayne. Maybe she'll hit one of those guys with a chair by accident or something and cause them to lose. Kip was gonna have to take the fall, obviously. There's no way Kill Switch is going down right now.
If Killswitch and Kip happen to win, Christian will take the pin because he can, and it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a lovable heel right now. Lovable heels can get pinned. It's not a big deal. But yeah, we'll see. I could easily see Cope and Christian winning this. I won't say handily, but I could easily see them winning this and then having that stare down at the end like, we still got it, right? And the crowd going, you still got it. And then we're all going, this was rushed, but it's fine. So
Let me ask you a crazy question. Do you think this foot injury is they're doing a Seth Rollins and he's not legit hurt?
But it's possible, right? But my answer to that would be, to what end would that make sense? Why do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if there was some kind of crazy step that if this team won, this would happen, and then he came out was the difference maker, I'd say that probably has some legs. But otherwise, I don't really know. And they could do it, but I don't really know what the point of that would be, honestly.
I don't know. It's just like I said, I'm one of those people, when I see the injury, I'm like, ooh, that looked bad. Oh, I can see how he got hurt. Like when the girl in WWE that's out, part of the
Zoe.
yeah, when she got hurt, you saw it. So I was like, oh, that looked ugly. with this, like I looked at it again, I'm like, I don't see how he hurt his foot. So it's just throwing me off.
Well,
a
and
little
it
bit.
might not have been in that particular incident too. It could have been
Yeah.
something he broke his foot getting
Playing-
out of the car or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he's
anything
using
can
it.
happen.
Yeah, he's using that match as the excuse. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yep. I mean, and they do that all the time. They'll actually hurt it somewhere else, and then they'll say it was due to this. So,
Yeah,
they'll cover it. Old school reference. Remember when they broke J.J. Dillon's nose? I'm wanting to say it was when Nikita. Where'd this come from? Where Nikita turned face that night in the cage with Dusty, and he took the cast to J.J. Dillon's nose. The next week on TV, J.J. Dillon had a legit. It was purple and blue and black because he had like plastic surgery. So rather than wear the bandages, he was going to have it anyway. Rather than wear the bandages, he sold that cast to the face by showing the plastic surgery bruises.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I actually remember that. Okay.
Well, I also, because like I said, Ray and I had this conversation yesterday where we were like, this feels really hurried up because they could have taken their time with this and really built up to where the people were clamoring for Christian and I almost called him Edge, Adam Copeland.
Can't say the E word on this show.
Oh no, it's bad.
Bad. That's 5 cents in the jar. You said the E word. Oh, what's wrong with you?
So they could have built that up where we were really waiting on the edge of our seats, waiting for Adam and Christian to reconcile and come back together. I don't know why they felt like they had to rush this at all, but they did. And I'm sorry that Nick Wayne is hurt, and I hate that he has to miss it because he's really been impressing me lately since he has broken off from Christian. He has really shown a lot of growth and personality, even in just his injury vignette thing that they did last night. I was like, wow, this dude is really good. I hate that he broke his leg and that we can't, and he can't make the show, but Kill Switch was a nice surprise. I hate that he has to lose his first match back, but I think that's how it's going to go. Especially since they stated not last night that Christian is Ed. I almost called him Edge again. Adam is helping Christian with his Kip Sabian Nick Wayne problem. And Christian has to help Adam with his FTR problem. So,
that was a good line. That was a really good line. It was good to see Christian not fumbling his words this time because that promo a couple weeks back was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Because he got lost a bunch. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I've ever seen this guy get lost this many times in one promo. Which, you never know what could be going on. What's in a guy's head, and he just... it's hard to remember a lot of that stuff. So who knows? But I love that line, the FTR problem and all that. That was really cool, I thought.
Yep. And I have a feeling that little line just gave us a little window on what's going to happen in the future. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit as well. First off, let me get to some comments. Let's see. Timothy says that Kill Switch is similar to Kane.
Yeah, a little bit. I think
in the way
Kill
that
Switch
he's
is a little
built,
more
he
versed.
looks built, but he can still move around in the ring, kind of like how Kane was. I guess. Thank you, Molly. She's a friend of mine. And Erica says Copeland and Christian to win the match.
I like Erica's picture. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Got the hanger next to her.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
look at that. That is so cool. Yeah, she got to go
to
to Collision.
Yeah, she went to the live one. Nothing like a live event.
Nothing.
Well, I know this is going to make Ray a little sad because every time we talk about the TNT Championship, he gets a little sad. But we're going to talk about the TNT Championship here, and it'll be Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi. And I don't know much about Takahashi. I'm sure he's great, and that this match will be great. And Kyle Fletcher just got the title, so I don't see him losing that anytime soon. Ray?
The fake champion, Kyle Fletcher, is gonna do awesome. He's not the real champion. The real champion's hanging on the wall. But Takahashi's great. I started getting into New Japan because of the gentleman on our show right now. Got me into it. The G1 was phenomenal. You got to watch it. Maria is really good. So I know him. He's got a lot of great moves. It's going to be a good match. Fletcher will definitely carry most of it because he's the young guy. Tanahashi's a little older in the tooth, but it's going to be a good match. I think Fletcher's going to win this, and keep his fake belt and go on from there.
I think Fletcher's going over for sure. Hiromu is Hiromu, and there's no really other way to describe him. He's such a different kind of cat. He is the best of comedy, but he's also a bit odd and random and eccentric, but all in a good way. And when I first saw the guy years ago, I didn't know what to make of him, as I'm sure a lot of people didn't. But he grows on you, and then you watch him work, you're like, oh man, this guy's really good. And he's one of the best junior heavyweights that company's seen in years. He's solid in the ring. I think he's going to give Fletcher a run for his money. He's been, I won't say he's been lost since LIJ broke up because Naito and Bushi left, but I will say that he's been somewhat rudderless. But the other guys that were in that group have as well, although they've all pretty much remained baby faces this whole time. So it'll be interesting to see the dynamic play out. I hope that however this works, that it's not a, Fletcher decisively defeated Takahashi. I mean, I guess they can if they want, but I think I'd much prefer it to be maybe a cheap win, maybe Callis grabs the foot, throws it off the bottom rope or some such nonsense. I mean, Fletcher's awesome. There's no disputing that, but, I like Takahashi. So, me personally, I wouldn't want to see the guy just hammered into the ground. You know what I mean? So.
Right. And I'm sure New Japan doesn't want to see their guys just hammered into the ground either.
Yeah.
So it could create issues if they did that. But Kyle Fletcher, man, we call him the reverse Samson here on the Tailgate Party because since he cut his hair, he's just gotten stronger and stronger.
Got stronger, faster, more moves, better promos. It's like, wow, who would have thought getting a haircut would have changed your whole identity? Different person. I don't even look at him as a tag guy anymore.
No. It's at this point, and I think Mark Davis is awesome, but to even see Mark beside him now, it's not even the same thing. And at first it's like, well, I can't picture them not being that team, but now I can't picture them going back. And I hope there's a spot for Davis at some point. Whether or not he's healthy, I don't know. But, I like Mark a lot. I think he's a hoss. Mm-hmm. And I hope they find a spot for him. But, no, I think Fletcher is – God, he's come such a long way. He's had so many great matches this year. Mm-hmm. You could argue he's had Match of the Year candidates already. So, I love 100%. The guy. I think, again, this will be a great match. Don't know if he'll steal the show, but I think it'll be a standout for sure.
Yeah, I can honestly see Kyle Fletcher being in the main event scene and going after the world title in the next year or two.
No doubt.
And so he's really great.
Yeah, hopefully Adam Cole will give him a title shot. That'd be great.
Are you predicting Adam Cole's return? Are you hoping for Adam Cole's return?
I have it in my heart and my soul. He's going to come back. I don't know when. So. But he's going to come back.
I
really
Adam
hope
Cole,
so.
Man.
I like him a lot too. I never mentioned it on this show, but I'm a huge fan.
I hear that. He I like him so much, and I was fortunate enough to be in Chicago the night he first came in. Same night Danielson came in, just an electric crowd, electric night. What a great night. And Adam Cole, the man, forget the wrestler and character. It just is like, I find someone that's heard a bad thing about him. Go ahead. I'll wait. You'll be looking forever because I don't think there's anything bad to say about the guy. He's the real deal, man. I think he's the real deal. So
Yeah.
hopefully he makes it back.
When I met him in person, he couldn't have been the nicest guy.
Same.
Nice to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Would give you, as much time as you wanted to have your little picture with him, take his autograph. I saw him around the casinos. This was in Vegas. Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming. Thanks for taking the picture. Thanks for support. I said, no, thank you, dude. And dude's super nice guy. Like
Very cool.
He's not one of those guys that's like, I don't have time for you. I'm busy. It's alone time. He seemed like a really genuinely good person. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to officially meet him yet, but he was in his meet and greet line was right next to Eddie's. So I waved at him and he waved back. So that was really cool.
Yeah, he's not like that. I heard like he's just a good guy. Like he could have been very standoffish with other people there and stuff. And like I said, when I saw him around the casino, when I was like, "Oh, yours guys, you shouldn't bother him," and I just said, "Hey, what's up, bro?" And he's like, "Oh," and he actually remembered. He said, "Hey, thanks for coming through. Thanks for supporting AEW. I appreciate it." I was like, "Wow!" Like I said, he's a good dude. I have nothing bad to say about him. And I agree with Tom. If you find somebody that has, I haven't heard it.
And that's the great thing, not to get off on a thing. That's the great thing about a company that's this young is that these guys and gals can take ownership of it. They can publicly speak about thanks for supporting AEW. No one in the other company is going to say that. They don't need to. It doesn't matter anymore. That company's, I'm not going to get into it, but like they don't need that anymore. They haven't needed it in years. So, but to this company, it still matters. It still means something. It's like your favorite hometown promotion, even though it's a national company, right? But like your favorite hometown promotion, you can point to that and say, that's my promotion. It's kind of like why ECW got so hot back in the day. You had that cluster of fans, Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, who could say, that's my wrestling promotion. That belongs to me. Those are my people. So like when I hear Cole and other people say AEW and they're really putting over the company, they don't need to. I think it's pretty cool. It makes you feel like it's more of a connected entity than a corporate entity,
Yeah, and he didn't say thanks for supporting me. He
Exactly.
said, thanks for supporting AEW. I appreciate you. And I was like, wow, thank you. And I was like, yeah, dude, 100%.
It's pretty cool.
Well, let me get to some comments here. Christine says that she's going for Cope and Christian. And Timothy says that Kyle Fletcher is going to retain. And Erica says, thank you for the kind comments on her picture.
Of course.
David is here and he says hello.
David down under.
And Shane says, I don't see Kill Switch getting along with Kip and Kyle and that Kyle Fletcher will win. Interesting.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Sugar Shane, because I want to see Kill Switch become Luchasaurus and turn face again.
That would be amazing.
Don't tease me. Just make it happen. How
great would that be?
Sarah's here, and we're going to do a WWE edition of Peaches and Power Bombs later tonight at 8:30. She's actually going to be close to Wi-Fi, so she'll be able to come on. So we're excited about that.
Awesome.
All right, let's move along here. I looked everywhere. I still could not find out who the Stardom person is going to be in this match. They have not announced that yet. Am I correct?
Not
in
that
the
I'm
TBS match.
Bozilla.
Okay. All right. I couldn't find it, but
she's German. She is signed to World Wonder Ring Stardom.
Okay.
She's a member of Mavita Loca.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Ray, well, no, I guess it's my turn to start.
Yeah, you start this. I was gonna say, this is your turn.
I really on one hand, I could see them just continuing with Mercedes. On the other hand, I could almost see them getting the title off of Mercedes and having Alex win this match, but her pinning one of the other two girls in order to do it. But I'm gonna go with the wild card and say that Alex is gonna win this match.
Interesting.
Tom?
Oh, hey. So I'm going with Mercedes. I think this will be a fun match. I think all four ladies will show out. But I just don't feel like this is a title change scenario, and I could be wrong. But I love Alex quite a bit. Well, let me tell you, when she tagged in on Wednesday night, good Lord. It's like just a rat, like what's the line? The rabid dog or something. The way she bum rushed and threw those hands. I'm like, anytime a man says to me, women's wrestling isn't blah, 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 shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And, I get it to some degree, and this is a blanket statement, kids, not meant to insult anyone. But I've watched women's matches in the past where sometimes hitting the ropes is a bit of an awkward, kind of a slow, you know what I mean? And that's nothing against anybody. So I can maybe understand where people would say Alex is not that worker, buddy. Again, I saw her Wednesday. I'm like, oh my God. But if she came at me like that, I'm running, okay? As fast as I can go, because she was a bulldog. So I think Alex's time is going to come. I just personally don't think it's going to be here. I think Mercedes walks away with all the 30 titles. How many is she up to now? It's crazy.
8.
7, I think. 8? Yikes. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
So.
I would love to see Alec Windsor win this. I think, like Tom, she's a bulldog. If she came at me, I would give her my wallet and my keys and say, please don't hurt me. And hope that was enough. And if I had to go to the ATM and get some cash, I would do that as well, because I just don't want none. 100%. I'm man enough right here on the show to be, yes, I don't want it. Alex, please. Here's my pin. Please just don't beat the you-know-what out of me. I could see, like you said, Alex getting the pin, but she would beat one of the other girls, because you can't have Mercedes lose 2 pay-per-views in a row. So yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, it can't happen. So it's either going to go that way, or Mercedes may just come out again victorious again. But either way, she's definitely not getting pinned. She's not losing. So either she's losing because someone else gets pinned, or she just wins outright. But there's no way on God's green earth Alex or any of these girls are pinning her.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And Mercedes has had this title for so long, though, too.
Yeah, I think you were in what, 2nd grade when she got the belt?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yes.
Mercedes was in kindergarten, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. I think Tom's son was still in diapers when she won one of the belts. It's crazy how long she's had this belt. I'm like, wow.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah.
I mean,
it
becomes the Tony Storm. I was going to call it a problem. It's not a problem. It becomes the Tony Storm issue with Mercedes, where it becomes like, all right, well, after you pass a certain time frame, who's going to win? Because eventually she will have to drop the belt for one reason or another. But like, who in the world do you book? Who do you book for that? Because she's worked the best for sure. It's hard to say. Mercedes won that belt on May 26, 2024.
Woo.
Yeah.
Been over a year.
And Ray and I have talked about this, and all 3 of these women have this problem that are involved on this pay-per-view. Athena has beaten everybody. Mercedes Moné has beaten everybody. Toni Storm has beaten everybody. It's almost to the point where they are holding the women's titles and the women's roster hostage, and where the other women feel like they just cannot get to that next step because these 3 women keep beating them and beating them and beating them and beating them senseless, almost to where they almost don't feel like they mattered much. And I don't want to say that they don't matter, because I like them, But they've beaten them so many times. You're either going to have to give them something else to fight for, or these 3 girls are eventually going to have to drop the title to somebody.
The only person they keep strong is Tekla.
Yeah, and you know, I like Tekla, but at the same time, like they brought her in, and AEW did that weird thing AEW often does, where it's like, "Hey, new person, you know who they are, don't you?" And people are like, "No, I don't." Right?
Yes.
You remember her? No.
They do that a lot, and you know, you don't need an hour to be introduced to somebody. You don't need a movie. But like
No.
occasionally and maybe just tease it over the course of a month and with interviews with something, but like they just go, ha, and you're like, oh, it's
Vignettes,
another new
something.
person. Yeah.
And they make it so obvious. Like, you don't know who Tekla is? And I'm like, no idea.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying too about you know, you don't want any of the other women to feel irrelevant at some
Right.
point. You know, and I see the comment about she needs to lose. She doesn't deserve. The word deserve is always weird for me. And it's not that I haven't used it. I totally have. I'm not immune to it. But the word deserve is weird for me because, like, you know, she has these belts because these promoters want her to have them. And so because of that, it's like, well, they feel she's the best person to carry the titles. You know, in my head, if we are going to go with the word deserve, Mercedes is freaking awesome. And, you know, anyone, I've said this before, I'm on the record, anyone that only knows Mercedes as Sasha Banks and refused to watch her work outside of that company, you really don't know what you're missing, because I believe she's done her best work outside of that other company by far. I don't think
leaps
it's
and bounds.
right. I don't think it's even
100%.
close.
It's not even the same person.
She's grown as a performer. She's grown as a worker.
Her mic is better.
Yes, she's embraced. They allow her to be who she's going to be, and she embraces it, and she's great at it. I mean,
Great heel. Stay heel forever. You can never.
Sure.
You can never switch her now, ever.
But because who would she turn face against at this point? Who's more heel than she is? You know,
No one right now.
no one right now.
Yeah, nobody.
She's great.
Yeah.
And
you know,
she does.
But
Mercedes
Tekla's the only one
has.
that's not getting pinned.
Mm.
She's doing a Brock Lesnar, or I mean a Goldberg, I should say.
Mercedes is doing really good PR work for the company right now too. You know, every time someone mentions WWE, she's like, "Oh, you know, they're doing fine over there." But let me tell you about the AEW women's roster. You know, she always brings it back to the AEW women and the, you know, what they're doing over at her company that she's with. So she's doing really great as far as, you know, everything is concerned. So
Mercedes Moné is a brand. Mercedes Moné is a corporate brand that you actually love. And you don't go, here's another corporate logo trying to sell me something. Because when the bell rings, she gets it done. She's not just a name. She's not just an outfit. She's not just a hair color. She's the real deal. And we have all seen wrestlers in the past who proclaim to be the real deal. And we're like, yeah, I'm not blind. I see your matches. Don't lie to me. But that's not her. You know what I mean? Like, I think she's probably one of the smartest people in that company, for sure.
I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to agree with that.
100%.
Sarah says that Alex is great. I think the title does change hands. If the title changes hands, she's a great candidate.
It could be a wrinkle. Could be a nice wrinkle. Alex carries herself with such confidence and enthusiasm, and she knows who she is. If she won it, I really don't think it would. I don't think it hurts Mercedes at all, and I think she'd be fine. My only fear is that it's too soon because the crowd maybe has not fully embraced Alex just yet. And I want them to get to the point where, like, I need to see her beat Mercedes. I don't know if we're there yet.
Okay. That's a good point.
Agree.
Shane says that AEW dropped the ball with Julia Hart. She needs to be in the main event picture and not stuck in some women's faction. I don't mind her being with the women's faction, but I do agree with the part where she could be the leader of that of that faction but still be in the main event scene.
Yeah, she works great in the ring.
Yeah, well, Shane knows, you guys know, everybody knows they have. I've always said the problem is not that they have too much talent, and I know that's a lot of people's opinions. You can have all the talent, but you have to find a way to keep spinning the plates all at the same time without dropping any. And they've dropped a lot of plates over the past 5 years. Let's be
They
honest.
have. They
Several
have.
plates have been dropped. And that's the booker. That's the guy booking it. So, like, at the end of the day, that's on him. But I love Julia. I think she's great. I don't know where this thing with Sky Blue's going. I don't know. I feel like the farther and farther she gets from the Hellhounds, because the Hellhounds is not a thing right now, kind of sucks. I mean, usually the alternative is true. It's like, oh, she should be on her own and her own identity. I'm like, yeah, but it was cool to see her with those guys. I thought that it elevated her, and like, well, she needs to. No, she doesn't. She doesn't need to be away from them. Like, they can still be affiliated and her not be under their thumb. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know.
100%. Yeah. But I feel with this faction, it kind of they all seem to mesh pretty well.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Julia Hart's kind of like the worker, Texla's kind of like the enforcer, and Julia Hart's kind of like the brains.
So I have a question for you, Tom.
Mm.
Ray and I have talked about it a little bit, but we have Julia Hart, Sky Blue, maybe throw Tekla in there too. We have Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. We have Ty Mello and Anna Jay and several other women teaming up. Do you think that AEW needs to introduce AEW women's tag team titles to give those women some more to do?
For sure. I'm all here for it. I love it. And I also hear some of those same people I mentioned earlier saying there's too many belts. And I get that. I'm not going to argue with anybody. There's probably too many belts. I love it though. When we think about the men's division, how many belts the men have to vie for. Now let's talk about the women. They got 2. That's it. That's it. That's all, period. No, they don't have enough, in my opinion. I'm all for it. I'm not sure what they're waiting on. We've discussed this on other shows. I'm not sure what they're waiting on, but it feels like it's going to happen. I think it's a great time for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
As I just said, though, as with the number of people in your locker room, if you're going to do this, again, spin those plates, man. Have a plan. Don't just create 2 shiny new belts and without a plan. There's got to be something.
Yes.
So I love that idea. I'm all here for it, actually.
There's
Yeah,
enough
they
women
have
there
a-
to do it.
Yeah. They have a bad habit of getting an idea and going, ooh, that sounds exciting. And they just go, right into it without, like you said, a definite plan. Or if someone debuts and they're like, ooh, look at my shiny new toy, this person, yay, and then they're like, okay, well, I'm tired of this. Throw it over your shoulder. And they're done. And they get I think I always say that Tony Khan acts like he's an ADHD booker because he jumps from thing to thing and gets really excited, and
It's true.
That's true.
He's in the middle of something and then he just goes, squirrel. And everyone just looks the other way and they're like, there he goes. He's off again. Also, let's be fair about it. How many duos do they have? How many duos can they put together? Because if you have a set of tag team champions, you don't want them working the same 2 teams for the next 6 months.
no.
So, right. So if
There's
at least 16 women who could viably pair off into duos, I guess. But, 2 women are going to be world champs. So they're probably not going to team up. Well, they could, but so that leaves X number of other women. But, between AEW, Ring of Honor, the work they're doing with Stardom, with the Mexican, I don't want to.
EMLO.
Thank you. I was blanking on that because I was thinking about the other company that the other guys went and bought.
Yeah. Ugh.
But I feel like they've got enough.
Cluster dump.
Yeah, I just feel like they need a plan. That's it. They just need
Mhm.
a plan to make it happen.
Yep. And they can easily do it because they have the people to.
Right.
All right, well, moving on. We have the unified, I put united for some reason, unified championship with Kazuchika Okada versus Swerve Strickland. I was reading a little bit of rumors that Swerve might be having to take some time off after this match, but I'm not 100% positive on that. If that's the case, if he's hurt, I hope his healing time goes well. If he's not hurt, and well, we'll just have more Swerve. I don't know. We'll start with you, Tom. Who do you have for this match?
So according to Fightful Select, Swerve's injury is legit,
Okay.
and he's actually been dealing with it since he was in WWE in 2019.
Wow.
A torn meniscus.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he was set to take time off after All In, but it didn't happen. And he's currently working with the medical staff at the Jaguars to recover from the injury. So I think this match is going to steal the show. Straight up. I love Swerve. I've always loved Swerve. Oh, everyone knows how I feel about Okada. I've had a man crush on Okada for years. He's freaking wonderful. He's great. And they're going to flat out destroy. They're going to, hopefully they don't do any kind of wacky, he's taking out the knee at the end. I guess they can if they want to explain it. But I think this is going to be flat out like standing ovation kind of match. I really believe that. I don't think it's going out on a limb to even predict it. I think these two guys are going to absolutely crush it on Sunday.
All right,
sure.
Ray.
I couldn't agree more. This is going to be the match of the night. Okada is fantastic. I love his new mic and persona and his dropping the B word all the time. I think it's hysterical. It's just different because I've seen the old Okada and he's just a different version of him, and I like it. Huge Swerve fan. I think it's time for Okada to drop that belt. I don't know if Swerve can. If he's taking a lead, then obviously, that's something I don't know. If he's going to stick around, then Nick Swerve's getting that belt. But it's going to be match of the night. I would love to see Swerve win that, but now you're telling me something that I didn't know. I don't know how severe his injury is. So if he's going to be out for a minute, then yeah, Okada's keeping it.
If Swerve is going to be out, because Will Ospreay is going to be out as well after Forbidden Door. Having Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland out both at the same time, you have to think if that's going to hurt anything. Do you think that'll hurt anything, Tom?
Man, I hate to keep defaulting to my answer here, but my short answer is no. However, ... it's up to them to keep it rolling. Like these guys will be missed in as much as the booking that's left behind is not good enough to keep everything rolling forward. Now, that's not to say that Ospreay and Swerve don't bring fans to the table. I'm sure there's plenty of people that only watch a company for X number of wrestlers. I'm sure there is. But will it hurt in the long run? Maybe not. Short term, we'll see. We'll see. It's really up to what they choose to fill in with. I'm concerned that we haven't seen Kenny at all. When was the last time we saw Kenny? And he's in the match on the card. Not even a promo, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
It's not the end of the world. They're going to have the match regardless. But at the same time, why do we get a promo from the guy, right?
Yeah.
So, again, for me, I'm not going to say this company's bulletproof. No company's bulletproof.
No.
All right. But can they suffer 2 losses? I think they can, but they're big guys and big losses. You know what I mean? So the jury's out. But again, as long as the booking's right, hopefully they'll be fine.
How long is Swerve going to be out? Do you have any time frame? I know.
No, I'm not even sure if he is going to be out or not. I know it says that his injury is legitimate, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to take him out, because it hasn't been enough to take him out so far,
Yeah,
and
because
he's been suffering.
he just wrestled like 2 weeks ago.
If he's
Yeah.
been rehabbing it since 2019, I suspect that he can rehab it. But now it might get to the point where, okay, you've done additional damage since the initial injury. That's me guessing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So like now we have to address it. You know, I don't know. Like at some point, wouldn't it be better to get it took care of? Because I'm sure there's nagging pain that goes along with that, which can lead to other things which you don't want to happen. So, but again, we're all kind of flying blind on the news here. But
Yeah, I think you could survive one. It's going to be hard with both of them gone at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if
Be
he's got
tough.
torn meniscus, if it's completely torn, you know, you're off for several months. I don't know, like who's going to carry the torch after that? Darby? You know, unless you really give Sammy Guevara the heat that he had 3 years ago. Like, I don't know.
they need Orange. They need Orange back because
Yeah.
that's your answer. That's one of the top main event guys that fills in. And he's, you know, hopefully he gets back, because you bring back a couple of key guys. You bring back Orange and Kingston within a couple months of each other, and then all
There
the
you go. You know, I've left the king out. There you go.
you would still you would not miss Will and Swerve, of course, but maybe it would soften the blow just a bit.
Mhm.
And for all we know, that's why Swerve has waited to get surgery, because they've told him so and so's coming back. Can we get it to this date? Sure, we can get it to that date. We'll see.
Excellent point, bro.
So,
And then you throw in some Adam Cole on top of that. Oh, then you're fine.
which could be longer. That could
Yeah.
be down the road. If everything he said is true, that could be it could be a year before we see Cole. I don't know.
I don't
Hopefully
know.
not.
Hopefully not. I'm going to say 6 to 8 months.
Bless him. I hope
Bless.
that it'll go better than the last time.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, having Eddie come back, that makes sense. Now you could fill that void because he's main event guy.
Timothy, of course, is happy that you said that Okada is going to retain his title. Sarah says Okada as well. Christine says she can't stand Okada and she hopes that Swerve wins.
Everybody's got their favorites.
Yep. And that's fine.
That's fine. You're entitled to be wrong on the show.
Usually a torn meniscus can take about 6 to 9 months, depending on how serious it is. I think Okada wins, but an old foe shows up to challenge Okada. Interesting. I thought it was weird that Okada beats Kenny Omega at All in Texas, and then we hear nothing about Kenny Omega, and then all of a sudden he's in this match, in the steel cage match, and we haven't seen him or heard from him or seen him have any confrontations with the Death Riders or anyone. So it's just an odd placement.
Extremely.
Yeah, it's like I said before, it's interesting that it feels like they just kind of plugged him into this match to give him something to do. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this was the plan all along, but it feels as though he was an add-on, to this match. I mean, he said things recently and made allusions to the idea of, he's not going to work forever. He's going to eventually retire. And I'm like, man, we're talking about Kenny Omega in 2025, possibly hanging it up. Like that's insane. Not insane. Okay. It's insane to me. Like, he's got to do what's best for his health and for his family. I'm on board with that. At the same time, like, God, he's in such great shape. And I feel like he's still got so much more to do in this company for sure. Like, I'd hate to see that happen, but
yeah,
we'll see.
I didn't realize how much Kenny Omega brought to the company and brought to the table until he was gone for a little while, and I was like, I actually miss Kenny Omega and he needs to come back. So
and again, this will get me off on a tangent, so everybody tackle me if I get too far. But like, in my opinion, if I had to go back and point to certain moments where, to me, this company began to lose some focus, It's when we took our eyes off Kenny Omega and said he's no longer the top guy in AEW. Like, Jericho brought a lot. I'm not arguing with it. Mox brings a heck of a lot. That company's better for Mox having been there, in my
Yes,
opinion.
absolutely. 100%.
But like from day one, we all said Kenny's the guy. But when they had that initial press conference, like if they got Kenny, that's the guy. And then Kenny wasn't the guy. And it took a heck of a long time for Kenny to be the guy. Then he wasn't the guy anymore. And I'm like, why is Kenny not the guy anymore? Like, you can't argue with recovery time and injuries. Totally get it. But everything else, why is Kenny not the guy? So I don't know. To me,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's one of those things I point to in the timeline, in the sacred timeline for you Marvel fans out there, where I'm looking at that going, was that a branch in the wrong direction? Why didn't we just stick with Omega? I don't know, man. That's me. That's me talking.
Peak AEW was that Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega story arc. Oh my goodness, that was so good.
That was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, moving on, and we're going to let Tom go first here because he said he had a lot of stuff to say about this match. So we're going to let him go off on his little tangent.
Watch me get ready. I didn't even do that on purpose. It looked like I'm getting ready.
We have it was supposed to be a one-on-one match at the ending of the tournament, but it was a draw instead. So now it's going to be a triple threat with the Hurt Syndicate versus FDR versus Brodito. I have some feelings about this too, but Tom is biting at the bit. We're going to let him take it away.
First of all, I love Brodito.
Yeah.
Silly name, great team. Bandito and Brody King are freaking wonderful together. They're wonderful separately,
Yeah.
but together they're just freaking great. And FTR is doing FTR stuff. I'm not sold on these guys anymore. Nothing personal. Everything, as you guys know, we always try to keep it all business. It's nothing personal. But I still don't believe Stokely fits with them. I don't care how much they try to shove it down your throat. I'm just not feeling it. If both FTR can talk, they don't need a mouthpiece. My humble opinion, don't need them. Hurt Syndicate. I said this on my show a few weeks ago, and I'm sticking to it. If I'm the promoter and I'm telling you to lose, brother, you're gonna lose tonight. I don't care who you are. That's it. It's my company. You're losing tonight. Don't tell me you're not losing. I got a problem with that. Okay. The rumors that everybody's heard about they don't want to lose. Don't discount those rumors, okay? There's truth to that. Am I saying it's gospel truth from top to bottom? No, but there's definitely some truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you get mad at Lashley and Shelton? You're crazy if you do. Do you get mad at MVP? Of course not. You get mad at the dude booking the show, okay? But I'm telling you, again, if it's my company and I'm booking it, brother, you losing tonight. I won't make you look stupid. You can save face. We'll get you back in here next week on TV in a prime spot. You can challenge for your titles again. Don't tell me you're not losing tonight, because that's the end of that story. Because we all know what happened to certain other companies who are no longer with us when the talent starts saying, that doesn't work for me, brother. Okay? Those companies are not here to tell the tale anymore. All right? All we got's the kooky dude that used to run it claiming he didn't do anything wrong. Hey! But yeah, I don't want that to happen to AEW in any way, shape, or form. So like, you're the booker. You wanted all the responsibility. Take it. Take it. You losing tonight. That's it. End of story. It's a loss. It's one loss, guys. It's not the end of the world. People have to lose in pro wrestling. And again, Tom's not on up here and everyone's down here. I've been upset many times in the past before when my favorite person doesn't win. It happens. That's because you get emotionally invested. You're like, it's not fair, right? I totally get it. At the same time, you can't win every match. Someone's got to lose tonight. That's it. It's got to. And like, there's no drama anymore with this tag team division. You were talking about the ladies earlier. In my opinion, every tag team in the tag division has been rendered irrelevant and meaningless.
Yep.
Because these guys can't even get threatened with a loss. It's not happening. They can't even sniff a 3 count. Like, it's insane to me.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them. None of the 3 of them. It's the kooky dude running the place. That's me talking. I'm just saying. Rant over.
All right, Ray.
Wow. How do I follow up that one? That's like following up Eddie Murphy. Let me try.
That's a comparison right there.
Yeah, that was really good. I couldn't agree more. There was another kooky booker who had some issues with a certain person that didn't want to take a loss, and that company doesn't exist anymore. I agree with you 100%. If I'm running the show and I'm calling the matches, you're going to lose. I don't care. We could work the what's the word I'm looking for? The logistics of how you're going to lose, but you're going down. I don't care if it's cheap. I don't care if it's your foot was on the rope and the referee didn't see it. I don't care if, it was a fast count. By hook or by crook, you're coughing those belts out. And the fact that they're keeping those belts hostage, I think is insane. And they got to get rid of them. Like, I think, I love Lashley. I love Shelton, MVP. Great.
Same.
Yeah, I got love for all of them. They're great guys, both built like Shelton Benjamin looks like he's 25 years old. Looks like a brick, what house. But it's ridiculous. And I've heard those rumors a lot that they don't want to cough these belts up and they refuse to lose to certain people. And I think Brodito was put into this match because they didn't want to lose to FTR. So I think the only way they're going to lose him is FTR pins Brodito.
And it could have easily been done without making them look quote unquote weak or bad. MJF could have costed them the titles and it would have made 100% sense, and he still might. I don't know. It was weird.
They're dropping the belts. They have to. It's ridiculous now because you're making every team, like Tom said, irrelevant. Like it makes you seem like when Knight and Kung Fu Panda tried to get a shot that they had no. I looked at them like there's no shot.
Did you call Speedball Mike Bailey Kung Fu Panda?
He sure does.
That's our name on the tailgate card.
Interesting.
Oh, I hate to switch topics, but I got to get this question because I have my thoughts. We had this debate yesterday, and you're going to be the tiebreaker. If you're the original wrestler that comes in with a puppet, and I come out of the blue with a puppet, whose puppet is the legit original and should be the only puppet involved in the match?
Am I answering the question of who's the original puppet here?
No, this has happened in WWE. We had this conversation. What's the guy with the green? What's his name?
Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana came in the ring and had a match with Judgment Day, and he brought out his little lizard puppet.
I saw
Balor out of nowhere brought the demon puppet. I said, that's not right. Iguana is the only puppet that should be allowed in WWE. You're taking away his shtick. And I said, if you have two puppets fighting in the ring, it becomes gimmicky. And it's like, reminds me of like the late 80s, early 90s WWE, where it's like, I'm the kooky mailman and I'm Mike the murdering milkman, and just goofy. So I had these two puppets wrestling. No. Balor, take that demon puppet and burn it. You're not allowed to have it.
See, I thought you were talking about Harley's puppet in AEW for a second. I thought that's what you were talking about. No,
that's fine. She's the original puppet holder. You can't have another puppet now. Like, Cameron's puppet should be the only one allowed. So you could be the tiebreaker, dude. I don't know how to
respond to any of this. All right. That iguana gimmick, I don't get it. But it's okay. I don't have to get it. That thing is over in that company. And it works. And those fans love it. So, like, when Balor brought that demon puppet out, it's so weird to say that. But they popped. And we've seen silly pro wrestling for years that guys keep a straight face. We had a 7-foot dude for years, and we were told he was dead. He's a zombie. He's an Undertaker. He's a dead dude. And that urn right there controls him. See? When you open the urn, there's a magic light. And the dead dude can do like that. Lightning comes down. Oh. So, like, a dude with a puppet, I'm all right with that.
But two puppets, no. Iguana's the guy that's the original puppet guy.
He ain't no original puppet guy.
He's the guy that brought the puppet back to WWE. There was no puppets until him for a while, correct?
Man.
Thank you. I agree. Case conversation over. Tom's on my side.
But you got to fight fire with fire. That's what I'll tell you. You got to fight fire with fire sometimes.
So you think
man.
Balor should come on in the ring with his puppet now every time?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. When Mr. Socko happened, didn't somebody else bring a sock out at some point?
No, there wasn't. No.
Well, Santino did his own thing
and
with
he was by himself.
the stupid snake
He
thing,
was on an
right?
island by himself. He was the
Even
only one.
Shane, I'll take this. Shane, we don't talk about that. Get that off the screen. It's fine. Shane, we never mention that again. Okay? Yeah. Shane knows.
So again, Iguana's the original. Balor should not bring that puppet out ever again.
Is that the hill you're dying on today?
That's the hill I'm dying on. We had this conversation about 20 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, it's got up to about 10 right now. I got to be honest with you.
We still have like 4 matches to talk about, so let's keep going.
Hey, it's your show, man. I'm just along for the ride.
I'm glad you agree with me. Thank you. Say it's 2-1. Okay.
All right, let's move on and talk about the New Japan World Championship, the IWGP, and it is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness. I didn't know I needed this, but apparently I do, and I'm excited very much about this match. I love Zack Sabre Jr. I know I tell this story all the time, and I will continue to tell this story all the time. But back in 2018, I got to see Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle. I was literally ringside, sitting underneath the turnbuckle ringside, getting to watch him wrestle Martin Stone, and it was fantastic. I've been a fan of his ever since. I love that dude, and I'm so happy that Nigel gets to wrestle again. He didn't think that he would ever get to, and this is exciting. I'm excited for this.
Is it my turn or Tom?
Yeah, go ahead, Ray.
I am beyond thrilled for this match. I am a huge Zack Sabre Jr. fan. See him a lot in the G1. He is a beast. He is phenomenal. He's in my top 5, no question about it. Current guys that are going right now, he's up there. This is the time where Garcia, if he's going to turn, he's got to do it now, and it looks like he's going to. I think he's going to cost Nigel some way, somehow, and obviously, Zach's keeping that belt. But if he doesn't, then you lost your chance. Don't have him turn later. This is your one shot to do it, because it looked very, very sketchy when they were on Collision, how they like embraced each other and stuff. It didn't look authentic, and I feel like I said, this is Danny Garcia's chance to turn, if it's going to happen.
Zack Sabre Jr. is great. I mean, he had a great G1, but he always does. I mean, the match with Drill Maloney was great. Takeshita was awesome. Yoshihashi.
I saw that.
I'm a big Yoshihashi guy.
Me too.
I suspect Yoshi's probably one of the hardest hitting guys in that locker room, deceptively strong. And, I'm always in Yoshi's corner. But
his chops are phenomenal.
Oh
my
dude,
God.
That grunt he gives, dude.
Whew, you can hear it all across the whole
It's
arena.
Animalistic when he works. I love that guy. But Zach is awesome. He and Nigel are going to, I hope they have enough time. And I hope that no one rushes the finish, because this should be an elaborate, methodical, take your time. This will not be catch as catch can pro wrestling. This is going to be scientific in every sense of the word, a grappling contest. And I think the end will come out of nowhere. I think it'll be on a random hold, a random lockup, a random, I can't get out of this, and because I can't get to the rope, I can't escape, I've lost the match. That's how I think this will end, because Sabre has flat out heel again. He's calling everybody the D-head word again. So that's classic Sabre right there. So the heel is back. And this is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to this. I said earlier that I think that Swerve and Okada will steal the show, but this may come in number 2 for me personally in terms of my favorite matches. I think it's going to be really fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. This is probably going to be the match for me. Timothy says, be nice to La Yeska. Well, he is, because he's saying that he is the original puppet.
He's the original puppet. The demon puppet should be burned. Can't have 2 puppets. I think that's just ruining it.
And Timothy agrees with you, Ray, that Danny is going to turn heel at Forbidden Door.
Mm.
Let me see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Moving along. We have a lights out steel cage match. And it is the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, John Moxley, the Young Bucks, and Gabe Kidd versus Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi. So this is interesting. I'm guessing this cage has to be a little bit bigger than it normally is, right? Because there's no way 10 people can fit in that small cage. Am I correct?
It makes you wonder if it's going to be like a Hell in a Cell kind of setup where the cage touches the floor maybe instead of the ring.
Right. That's what I
Perhaps.
was thinking and hoping for.
Could be.
Yeah, I think 2 rings next to each other would work as well, but they can't all be in one ring.
Possibly, but then that goes into what was the match they were doing that's 2 rings?
War games.
Blood and guts.
Blood and Guts.
Oh, so you put one on top of each other?
You mean like, I don't know what you mean.
Like here's one and here's the other one. They stack them.
What,
You
cages?
can't-
Oh, no.
No.
We don't want to go back to that. WCW, what they call that, Tower of Doom? Never
Yeah.
again.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, but like you have the 2 rings next to each other, so that's the Blood and Guts. So I think you're right. I think the cage would maybe have to be bigger than the ring.
Mhm.
Possibly. This is going to be a fun match. I mean, obviously, every guy in this match is going to get his crap in, get all his stuff in. Everyone's going to hit
Yep.
all their finishes, hit all their high spots, hit all their moves. Tanahashi is a freaking king. He had a good G1. He proved more than one night why he was the savior of that company, because he absolutely was. And it's going to be cool to see him in this match. We said we didn't see Omega. We haven't seen Kota either, which is very odd to me. But Gabe Kidd is back to full speed. It looks like he got banged up in the G1 and couldn't even finish the tournament. So it's going to be good to see him here. You know, the Bucks do what the Bucks do. What no one can argue with their ring work, because every time the bell rings, they're on point.
And the Young Bucks trolling thing every week has been hilarious.
Where they're ripping on them and stuff. Yeah, that's been fun to watch. I think it'll be a good match. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be, like I said, every guy's going to get their stuff in. And you've got top level main event guys in this match who have main evented matches all over the world. And there's something to be said for that. I mean, if you're Gabe Kidd, you're pretty happy right now. Not because they let you in, because Gabe is paving his own way. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But like to be in a match with this amount of talent, dude, that's pretty darn cool. And he's learning from these guys one by one, and he gets to be in the match with them. Again, I say gets to be. I don't want to discount anything Gabe's done, because Gabe's awesome. But very cool that he's in this match, and I'm really looking forward to this. I love the idea. I'm an old NWA guy, so I love the idea of lights out steel cage. Give me lights out bunkhouse next time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, since Will Ospreay is hurt, I think this is a great way to keep him safer. You know, because he could get hurt way more easily in a traditional match than in a gimmick match. And there's more people in it as well, so he doesn't have to work as hard. So keeping him protected and safe is probably their number one priority for this match. And just having a good time, and they need to stop dangling Gabe Kidd in front of me with like a carrot, thinking that Eddie Kingston is coming back at any moment, and then he doesn't, and it hurts my feelings. So they need to stop doing that. But
plus, we saw Bullet Club War Dogs on Dynamite.
yeah,
So I wouldn't discount the idea that they show up. Why not show up? I would. I'd have them there in a heartbeat. Yeah.
yeah. And Eddie has had beef with them in the past as well, and with the Young Bucks as well. So it's all like an Eddie Kingston, you know,
Hit list.
yes. So I'm like, we have to do this at some point. Stop teasing me. So hopefully he's doing well and he can I know he started his training back, so hopefully hopefully it happens soon.
Mm.
Um as far as who wins and loses, what do you guys think? Tom?
I mean, Death Riders are still going, and that's fine. But like, I still argue the point that Mox shouldn't have been on TV the week after he lost to Hangman. But what's done is done. If I don't know, I kind of feel like this is the babyface's match to win. But if Ospreay's going out, you could end it with him getting pinned, and that could be how the match ends. And Ospreay's not above taking a pin at all. Nobody should be, right? And I don't think he is. And I think if he does take the pin, whoever pins him in the match would be the guy who comes back to face, whether that's Mox or whoever. So
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Ospreay has shown that he is a team player and he's willing to do anything for the better of the company and everyone around him. He's not selfish at all.
No.
And I really appreciate that about him. Shane says they could have the ring like New Japan had it when Ospreay had his last match.
That's similar to what the setup we were talking about earlier. It was it was a cage, but it was open top, but it was on the floor.
And Timothy says that he thinks that the Death Riders will win this match. Interesting. All right. Well, we have 2 more matches to go, so let's get it through so we can go and eat some dinner. How's that? We have the women's match, and it's Toni Storm versus Athena. How do you feel about them doing the contract matches so fast, so quickly? Tom?
This is a tough one for me because I love both these ladies a lot, but I will say this. Unlike other folks, I'm not in love with the Athena Billy Starks combo. I know that's a weird opinion because everybody seems to love those two together. I just don't know if it works anymore. But of all the women they have, Toni is intentionally silly, but no one's laughing at her. Athena is intentionally silly, and I feel like it doesn't work. But that's me. That's me, my own take. In terms of the timing of it, it does seem quick, but as we said before, Toni's beaten everyone. So either you face Athena now or you're not going to face her, right? So who else would they have thrown in there that they have primed and ready to go? I don't think they had anybody primed and ready to go besides Mercedes, and Toni's already beat her. So I think this will be a great match. I think Athena will give her everything she's got, and Athena can flat out work, man. That O face off the top rope is one of the most ridiculous finishers of all time because no one would ever risk life and limb to hit a finish. But this is silly pro wrestling where nothing makes sense. And having said that, it's a dynamic finisher, and I freaking love it. Because when she hits it from out of nowhere, it's like death-defying, and it's sudden, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to this match.
So, do you see Toni? I'm guessing you see Toni Storm winning this match?
I think Toni wins. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I just... for me personally, I don't know if Athena's been... I can't say been built to the point, because she's definitely built. But, is it enough? Is it enough that we can conceivably see her winning the title? I mean, a loss would not hurt Toni. Toni's so good. Toni's on level above everybody else, including the men, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
Right?
Amen.
And you can't hurt her. Unless they intentionally set out to bulldoze her career, I don't think you can hurt Toni Storm.
Yeah.
So her losing, she'll be fine. People still blow the roof off when she comes out next Wednesday. But do I think they've done enough? Do I believe it? I personally don't feel this. I think Toni's going over again.
Okay. Ray, what do you think?
I didn't give my prediction for the other match really quick, so I wanted to say that...
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Just really quick, because I know we all want to eat dinner too. I think Will Ospreay's in that Dynamite episode, he didn't take any bumps. He ran out of the ring really quick.
He did, didn't he?
Yes. So that was not good. Like when the Bucks came in, he slid out of the ring and kind of took off and like grabbed the woman of the Death Rise. I'm losing my name now.
Marina.
Marina. He grabbed Marina, took her to the back. So he's obviously really, really hurt. I don't know what he's going to do in this match. You're not going to see him flying off cages or doing big jumps.
We better not.
He can't. I don't think he can. The fact that he didn't take any little minuscule bumps on Wednesday scared me. Like, so I think he's way more hurt than people know. So I agree with Tom. I think the best thing to do is just let him get pinned, and let him go get fixed. But to the Athena match, love both of these girls. Both fantastic women, I should say, girls. Toni Storm is just Toni Storm, and I'm going with Timeless. I can't see Athena taking this belt.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you guys, and thinking that Toni Storm is probably going to win this match too. It's just, I don't know. It's just hard because who will be next? Who will be next to step to her? Because between her and Mercedes and Athena, they have all beaten everybody across the board in AEW and Ring of Honor. So it feels like there is no legitimate contender for any three of them anymore right now.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to do it.
And Mega Man got one shot, made her look really good, beat her, but she took a pounding, and they just squashed it after that. No rematch. No, let's build up a feud. She could have been like, hey, you beat me, but I dominated you the whole match. You got lucky. It did none of that. They just, you lost. Okay, next. I'm like, Tony Khan, what's wrong? ADD booking.
And I love Stat. And
Yeah.
I love Anna Jay more today than I ever have. She, I think if you could write down your list of workers who are the most improved since AEW started, Anna Jay's got to be at the top or near the top. She is. And she was never bad. I'm not even trying to say she's bad, of course. I just think she's come such a long way since that company started. And Statlander has too, but I always kind of felt like Stat was a little bit further along. But so I love both these girls a lot. So like I could totally see. And I don't think you need to heat either one of them up all that much. I think you just announce it, get a little rivalry going. And I think either one of them, if either one of them pinned Tony, you wouldn't go, they wouldn't be a shock at all because they're that good. So like, it's possible that we're way overblowing the Tony dominance. Maybe we're all doing it. But on the surface of it, it does look like, who's left? Because this company's historically not done a great job of booking every storyline of the buildup. Can't say it about everybody. Tony and Mariah, Hangman, Mox. There have been other storylines that the buildup was really, really, really good, and then we got to the payoff, and we all go home happy. But they don't do that all the time. So
no, they don't.
No, they do not. Mega Bang one shot. And she looked strong during the whole match, and she got like a quick 1, 2, 3, and they could have easily followed up with that. I already wrote the promo. You beat me, but you got lucky. I dominated you the whole match. Where's my rematch? Did none of it.
Should have got the rematch.
Should have gotten the rematch.
I always thought there should have been more between Athena and Mercedes too. That would have been a really interesting a feud, storyline, whatever you want to call it, between those two, because at the time neither one of them had been beaten yet. And you could have played that, and they didn't do it. They met in the tournament, Athena lost, and they got over it really fast. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing over there? Like, these girls cannot just be bulldozing through people and then nothing happens.
Yeah,
we got to be building people up.
Who's taking that Ring of Honor belt off Athena? I mean, when she won the belt, Marie, you were going to your first grade class, learning your ABCs. So she's had that belt, for 1,000 years now. I don't understand. Like that's another champion it's been way over a year and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, you painted yourself into a corner, and not a bad corner to be in because the people you paint yourself into a corner with are great. Like,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All three are great. And you know what's awesome? As someone who sat back, I'm not the only one, as someone who sat back for years and said, oh, there's two women wrestling in the mud again. Yay. All right, cool. Great. I kept thinking, will they ever get their due? We're talking on this show for how many hours now? About 3 top stars who are unbeatable and who are awesome, and they're
Yes.
female. I want
Yes.
everybody to take a second and appreciate how far we have come as fans, if nothing else, that we're not complaining, but that we're pointing out that there are 3 of their top stars, one of them arguably the top star, are all women and are all unbeatable. It's
Yeah.
mind-blowing. You ever stop and think about how mind-blowing that is?
That is pretty great.
It's awesome.
A couple years ago, I was saying how special Tony Storm was, and everybody was looking at me like I had 3 heads. Like, her? Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, there is something about her, and if they gave her a chance, she could knock it out of the park. And AEW Tony Khan, with all of his faults and all of
Sure,
his
yeah,
issues,
yeah.
the one thing he did know, he saw something in Tony Storm. She had a great idea. He gave her the keys to the kingdom and let her go for it, and she has knocked it out of the park. Absolutely.
And then another stratosphere. She's in my opinion, I think she's a top star there.
I
Men
agree.
and
I
women.
think she's one of the top pro wrestlers in the world, not
She
just
is
AEW. I don't.
Yeah, she dominates. I've never
I
seen
don't-
anything like it.
Yeah, I don't think that's hyperbole. I think between her ring work and her character and all that stuff combined, she's fantastic. And, you know, as much as I critique the man in charge, you're 100% right. He's done so many things that other companies wouldn't even have dreamt of doing, right?
Mhm.
Giving people opportunities that no one else gave them. I mean, we knew Swerve and the Independence was on his way, okay? So when he got signed by the other guys, you're like, hey, and then you're like, oh, that's what all they're gonna do. This sucks. So AW's like, you know what? F that. We're gonna give you your just due, and look what happened. So no, you're 100% right, and I don't want to downplay anything Khan has done because he's done
Right.
some great stuff booking wise in that company. I can't argue that at all. You know.
I mean, everybody's got their strengths and there's weaknesses. Every company, every person in pro wrestling. So, you know, there's things that you like and things that you dislike. But let's move along. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to read any more comments. We're just going to go ahead and get to the main event and finish it out because I have another podcast at 8:30 and I really need to eat supper. So, last but not least, we have the AEW World Championship. And now that Tom is here, I get to have a little fun. I get to do a little gloating because if you recall, the last time that Tom was here, I said that MJF versus Mark Briscoe would be fun. And these two did not agree with me and they were shooting it down. And I'm just here to gloat in my sunshine and saying, yes, it has been fun.
I
And
have
I've
no
enjoyed
memory
it.
of this.
I have no
Yes.
idea what she's talking about.
Oh,
I really have no memory of this. You know how many podcasts I do in a week? I have no memory of this.
Ray, do not lie.
I'm
do not
I'm
lie.
serious.
I'm being sarcastic. I already ate my crow. So Tom, I don't know. I'm surprised that he's gotten over so well. Shouldn't say surprised. It's a breath of fresh air. He's fantastic.
It's about Mark.
Yeah.
I love Mark.
I
I've always
love
loved
Mark.
Mark.
I
Yeah.
thought that Khan would have like made this like a squash thing. I never thought he was going to give Mark. I didn't bash Mark's skill or in-ring ability or his promos. I just thought the way
Same.
Tony Khan books, he would have just had MJF just squash him. So maybe I came across the wrong way. I don't want to think like, again, I love the Briscoes. I love Mark. I just thought that MJF would just dominate him because that's how Tony Khan thinks sometimes. So he surprised me.
Well, two things. Mark turned the corner about a month ago with that one promo. I think it was backstage when he just stopped smiling all of a sudden and he quit being funny. And they pointed out on commentary, he's a little bit more serious. Because I kind of feel like Mark Briscoe, the happy-go-loving guy, is awesome, but at some point it's time to pull back a bit. And you can go back to that other thing later.
Mm-hmm.
So they pulled back, and I think it was great. I didn't care for MJF's promo on him. When was it? Before they worked, where he said he couldn't wrestle. He said you can't wrestle and you're not a wrestler. I'm like, that's stupid. I'm old school. I'm not going to insult my opponent by saying they can't wrestle because, brother, if I lose, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? And if I win, it doesn't matter. Who'd I beat? He can't wrestle. So he's got nothing at that point. That's an old school thing for me that I'm like, I'm going to put over my opponent as much as I can and say, I'm going to have a hard time Sunday. He's going to be rough for my money, but I'm going to be the better man. You can phrase it however you want, but to dismiss the guy like he's garbage, it's I don't know. And MJF's smart. I don't know why that he would even do that. And then the bit Wednesday night, I'm going to set him on fire. What?
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
Huge, because if you're going to make a threat, it's the same threat in like in the promo, I'm going to kill you. You're going to be dead. I'm like, you're an idiot. That's not a promo. You can't fulfill when a heel says or a face says, we're going to work Saturday night. I'm going to break your arm. He can break his arm. Whether he broke his arm or not, who cares? You can deliver on that. You can't deliver on, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to set you on fire. I'm going to tear your arm off your body. I've heard that. Who was the last guy? I'm going to tear your arm off. I'm like, are you now? Well, let's see that happen, right?
And what do you expect him to do? Say, all right, go ahead, burn him, set him on fire. I'm not changing my stipulations. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's, I had a problem with that, but I think they had to do something fast because I think they realized that they backed themselves into a corner and they sat there and think, oh, wait a minute. MJF cannot lose his contract because last year Christian lost his contract. We cannot do this 2 years in a row because then nobody's going to want to fight for the contract anymore. It's going to lose its credibility because it really doesn't give you anything. So they had to do something to where MJF can keep his contract. I didn't agree with the way that they got there, but I'm glad that they finally got there because there is no way that Hangman Adam Page is losing the title this soon.
If Ospreay and Swerve are going out legit, is that why they pivoted?
Maybe.
Because they had to? Because the plan was for either Ospreay or Swerve to get the belt next year at some point or whenever, and so they had to pivot now? I wonder.
Yeah, because I think Swerve was supposed to get the belt next, and they had now I realize they have to pivot. So it makes sense. I get you 100%. So yeah, but they could have done something else. He could have said, "Look, I challenge Ricochet versus Briscoe, and if Ricochet wins, then these stipulations. If Mark wins, your boy Mark, then everything stays the same, and I'll never get another title shot for a year, or something like that." They could have done it like that, and then have Ricochet win. So now he's got to, keep the contract. You didn't have to. I'm gonna burn your friend. Like, come on, dude.
So the stip is that MJF, no matter what happens here, retains his title shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
For whenever he wants it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like a Money in the Bank thing.
So what if Page pins him and MJF cashes in and Page pins him again same night?
Oh.
It's not going to hurt MJF at all.
To be pinned twice?
Not at all. It's MJF. No, you can't hurt MJF at this point. I mean, no, you had MJF doing the kangaroo kick and they cheered till they couldn't cheer anymore. This guy can look as silly or dopey or as loud as he wants to be. He's MJF. I don't think you can hurt him. Page has no business losing that belt anytime soon at all.
No.
Page is not losing Sunday, in my opinion. I hope he doesn't. I don't think he needs to.
I think MJF needs to keep that contract and keep threatening him with it for the next few months.
That would work.
Yeah. I think Hangman's definitely going to win. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. Oh, you got lucky. See you do it again. Let me cash in the thing. To lose twice, that would be crazy. But I do agree it wouldn't hurt him. But I want that carrot to be dangled a little longer too. Like that.
I don't think you can. Yeah.
To follow up on Marie's point, to have that contract be basically poo-poo twice, that doesn't look good. So I agree with you from that point. So I think you should try to hold on to it for a little longer.
Yeah, I don't think you
Page
can
needs
hurt
to
him.
keep that belt for a while. 100%. He's
I put-
he's your top guy right now.
I'm not making this comparison because it's Punk and it's MJF. But in that other company, how many times has Punk come out and said he's going to win the world title? Let's count him. He never wins the world title. He keeps saying it, and he keeps saying it, and he keeps saying it. And at some point when the babyface tells me he's going to do something, you better do it. Because at some point, I don't care anymore. Like, quit telling me you're going to do it and do it. Not his fault. It's how they're booking over there.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah, Punk losing hurts. If Punk
had
loses again,
He had it for 90 seconds.
you are right.
Yeah.
If Punk were to lose again, and then he comes out the next week, I'm going to win that world title. I don't care. Doesn't matter now. I think that in my opinion, that hurts him. I don't think you could hurt MJF at this point. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I'm not saying they should do the double pin. I'm just saying you could if you wanted to.
So after this, because we're all three in agreement that Hangman Page is winning this, do you see him continuing it to be him and MJF, or do you think that he moves on to someone else?
I think you can keep it going, but I think the material's there's got to be some more material thrown in.
Yeah.
Because I wonder what else, how far down the well do they have to tap to get some more, like, some newer material.
Right.
Like the Seabiscuit stuff was fine until Hangman pointed out Seabiscuit won. And I'm like, then why are you still calling him Seabiscuit? It's kind of dumb now. Like, you know,
Yeah.
as long as the materials freshen up, I think it would be great because I love both these guys. Page is the quintessential face. He's the quintessential 80s white meat baby face.
Yeah.
And MJF is the quintessential 80s dastardly heel. They're perfect together.
Yeah.
So I'd be perfectly fine with seeing them continue, but they're either going to have to pull more people into the feud, like some satellite characters, or they're going to have to, in my opinion, like freshen it up to some degree to keep everybody on the hook, keep them interested. Because Swerve and Hangman didn't need to keep anyone interested. You were interested, period, and you followed regardless.
Yep.
But kind of feel like they'll need to do something else.
I agree with that
All right.
Seabiscuit insult. That's like, dude, you don't know the Seabiscuit story? I'm like, this is weird. It's like, Tom, you know what? You're a really smart guy. Like, what? Like, that's such a dumb insult. He's calling him Seabiscuit. I'm like, Seabiscuit is one of the most awarded horses in the history of horse racing. I'm like, what? Like, I don't know how it was an insult. Majestic Marie, you're an amazing partner. Oh my God. Like, hope I hurt your feelings by saying that. Like, what? Like, what is kind of like? It was a dumb insult. I agree with you 1,000%. I'm like, dude, if you don't follow horse racing, if you actually looked up Seabiscuit, like, wait a minute, how is this an insult?
From puppets to horses, that's how we end the show, kids.
Yes. You never know what will happen on the tailgate party.
You never know. I'm glad you agree with my puppet argument, though. Thank you.
All right, Ray. So who gets the cookie tonight?
The cookie definitely goes to my boy Sugar Shane. Loved his comments. A lot that he said. Shane, you deserve
All right.
this one.
All right, Shane, this is for you.
And then when the time is right, it'll be me and you. But only when the time's right.
Enjoy, my dude. You deserve it.
That's fun.
All right, guys. Well, that is the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining us. And I will be back in an hour and a half with Sarah, with Alora for Peaches and Power Bombs. And we're going to talk all things WWE. So make sure that you check us out. Tom, would you like to plug your shows before we go?
You got about an hour. So the quick and easy answer is Boink Studios on YouTube. If everybody will go to that and give me a follow, I appreciate it. We've been working on the channel like crazy. Tom Clark's Main Event, Tom Clark's Six and Podcast, Two Nations Under Ted Lasso Podcast, Tom Clark Reviews, and the brand new show, Bear Mode, a podcast review of the Bear, recently kicked off. And we got other stuff in the works as well, so everybody stay tuned. Boink Studios, BOINK, Boink Studios on the YouTube. That's all I got.
All
Thank you,
right,
brother,
guys.
for being on the show. I appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
And make sure you check out me and Ray next week on Wednesday, 4:45 p.m. for the tailgate party.
Thank
Check
you,
y'all
guys.
guys out. Bye.